final guest is the author of The Modern Guide to College, and he's the president of Southeastern University. Let's welcome Ken Ingle. How are you?
Hey.
Well, great to be with you today.
Thank you.
I am from Central Florida, so yes, right down the road from where you are. Yeah, Lakeland, Florida,
Yes,
correct?
Lakeland, Florida.
All right,
Yeah.
We're a young show. I'm gonna call you by Kent. Kent, that's
that's-
okay.
that's
All right,
fine.
not
That's great.
not president. What? Yeah. All right.
President, doctor, never mind all that.
Do you think college students should be considering entrepreneurship while they're still in school?
Oh, sure. I think first and foremost, students need to be very intentional at self-discovery, self-awareness. What are the things that they're gifted and passionate about? And then go after the right kind of education that fuels that passion. So if that's some entrepreneurial opportunities and activities that will fuel a way that they can make a contribution, go for it. It's all about education, not necessarily college degrees. It's education and a lifelong commitment to learning, so you can always bring your best self to whatever you're doing, your job, your context.
I had a friend before. He was in college, and he was one of those people who started a business called Box Your Dorm.
Sure,
right? Like, I'm going to
Very
move
creative.
your stuff for you to your next year's dorm. I thought that was
Exactly.
a genius idea. Yeah.
So tell us about the book.
Yeah, I wrote the book to be an empowering tool or a resource for families, parents, students to navigate every aspect of the college journey. So it talks about how do you choose a career? What's the best career for you? Then how do you choose the right education for that career? Then how do you choose the right college? And then it literally gives you a step-by-step guide from application to how do you secure grants and scholarships? How do you study? How do you make good grades? How do you graduate on time? And then I think the most important thing that it gives you a step-by-step process. How do you land that first job? When
Yeah.
you're
Which is
out
the
of
hardest one. to
hardest
implement.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do at Southeastern University to make sure that your graduates are ready for the real
Yeah.
world?
Oh, we try to provide accessible education that is at different levels. So if they need an apprentice program to come right alongside that particular education that they're learning in the classroom, we try to provide that. We provide internships. The most important thing is you want to have an element of experiential education. So we're very committed at Southeastern University to provide that experiential education so that it actually will help to build their resume. What they're learning in theory, they've actually been able to get out into the field, taste it, smell it, feel it, be a part of that in a way that, man, when they hit that workforce, they're going to be ready to know exactly some things they need to do.
Ken, I have to ask you, nowadays, just about more people are going to college than ever. I believe, that's
Absolutely.
the stats, right? So in a way, a lot of people tell me college degree is a necessity these days. Used to be for a job, okay, they just require any kind of college degree. And now it's like, oh, you need to graduate from a certain major. You need to have certain, internships. So the bar is getting higher. But with the current high tuition, and student debt is a popular topic on the show, what makes a college education worth it, other than the fact that it's necessary?
Well, a college education, statistics still tell you that you're going to have more opportunity with a college education. I believe it's the College Board Department of Education that says those who earn a bachelor's degree and work full-time are going to earn probably about 85% more than their peers who just have a high school degree, and that's over a lifetime. So it definitely opens up to more opportunity, more jobs. But the key is, in the job market and the way it's growing, they are getting tailor-made. So and that's why you have to be very intentional that when you start thinking about your career choice or your dream job, whatever it is, you need to go after what does that job require in terms for you to be the best you can be in that field. So it's going to require education. That's the only way that you can grow and learn and develop. You're going to need that.
And higher education has to change along with it.
Absolutely. And that's why, and part of that affordability piece, it should be the responsibility of our colleges and universities to drive the cost of tuition down. How are they going to do that? They need to do it by the way they provide innovative delivery in education. So, for example, Southeastern University, we've been very intentional at doing this. One of the ways that we're providing innovative delivery is we're creating extension campuses around the nation, going into communities, finding out what are some of the educational needs, and actually offering degrees that fit that context. We partner with local organizations, businesses, and
So you're educating them for their local
for that
workforce.
particular context.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
And we're able to reduce the cost. You may get a degree there in business leadership. Well, if you go to our traditional campus, it may be anywhere from 27 to 30,000 depending on the cost of that tuition. You go to our extension campus, you get the same degree, and we slice it by 2/3. It only costs about $9,000. And then you get access to grants and scholarships. So the Pell Grant, you can earn up to $6,300. You don't have to pay that back. That's free money. So students who choose to go there, they're getting the same degree. It's accredited. It's regionally important. And they're tailoring it to actually something they may be even doing in the moment. And they're well on their way graduating debt-free.
Here, not everybody in their early 20s,
That was
early
my
teens
next question.
has their
Like this
life
aha
figured
moment.
out, right?
Yeah.
I didn't. Like David went to Kennedy School and now he's on TV. Come on.
Well-
So, like, how do you go in with no idea what you're going to
talking
do?
18-year-olds
Yeah.
here.
Well, when I was 18, same thing. When I graduated from high school, I had no idea. But one thing that I thought would be important, why don't I just go after what I'm passionate about? So one thing I did like was I loved communications and I loved sports. So I thought, you know what? I don't know where I want to go. I don't know exactly what I do. So I'm going to start at the local community college. And I thought I'm going to take a couple of courses that I just want to have fun. One of those courses was broadcast writing. Well, the professor actually happened to be the news director at the local station in the community. He got me an internship. Got to know him. He said, who do you want to kind of trail or follow? I said, I'd love to do it with a sports guy. And so for the next 3-4 months, I learned how to edit, write, produce, do interviews. The sports guy got another job, and I went into that news director. We had now established a relationship. That's another thing I talk about. Get to know your professors because they're going to be a number one resource to help you with a job. And he hired me on the spot. And at 18, I actually started doing weekend sports.
Well, it's clear that you have some broadcast.
Yes,
training.
yes. Your voice, just
And-
because we were trained. So, yeah, your diction is very crisp.
Yeah. So has that helped you in your career? Because now you're the public
absolutely.
face of
Yes,
a growing
of the
university. I mean,
university.
public speaking, writing
Exactly.
clearly, knowing your audience, etc.
Right. So I decided to go the broadcast journalism route. Graduated, went on to be 10 years in the field of broadcasting. But yes, that job prepared me, as you said, public speaking, being able to understand the dynamics and all of that are important in communicating effectively.
Yeah. Wow. So where do we get the book? Amazon, obviously.
Amazon, but go to kentingle.com and all the information's there.
And one last thing, what sport did you play?
Well, I played basketball, I played baseball.
Okay.
So those are my two sports, go-to sports.
Okay.
yeah.
You go a lot to the games now at your
Oh,
college?
absolutely.
Really?
Yeah,
You're
everything.
your own
Yes,
fan?
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly.
Well, thanks for taking the time.
Yeah,
to talk to
thank
us.
you
with
for
you.
coming.